From the TraderGuide.com, this is Chris taking a look at the crude oil market, and you can see I have daily chart zoomed way out on the futures contract, and that's because I kind of want to get an idea here going into this what some of the possibilities are. You can make a bit of a trend line there and a bit of a trend line there. So here's the thing. Overall, it looks like we are coming to somewhat of an inflection point. I don't know that we break out right away, up or down. It's certainly a lot of pressure in both directions. Or, for that matter, we could end up simply doing more of this. So you kind of have to zoom in a bit. And there are a couple clues, at least for the short term, on the daily chart. You can see a nice hammer here right at support previously, and we did rally on Friday. Kind of have to take Friday with a grain of salt, though. Non-farm really distorts a lot of things. As far as real conviction is concerned. The fact that it found a bottom the day before, though, does give me a little bit more hope for a bounce. Now, I would point out this is a bounce that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for some type of major trend change. I mean, granted, we could go all the way up to 58, or we could even go as high as 62, but we're going to need some type of catalyst. And quite frankly, um, the demand for crude oil globally just isn't really there, I think, to cause a major shot higher. Now, this is the half an hour chart zoomed out. There's your Saudi drone strike reaction. And you can see we shot straight up in the air and then have steadily sold off since then. So, why do I think there's a possibility of a bounce coming? Well, in front of you, I have the daily volume profiles. And the point of control, which is an area that is where the most volume is traded per day, you can see is right in this area. So it certainly looks as if we are trying to find a bit of support here, perhaps a short-term turnaround. And then when you zoom out, you see the point of control is gradually higher. Um, you know, as we drift higher. Now we're starting to drift in the other direction, and that's generally a sign that somebody's coming in, somebody's more aggressive in this area. Well, since price isn't falling, in theory, it should be buyers, at least short term. So I look at this as a market above 53, maybe about 53.20-ish, 25, something in that area, right around here, does signal that we probably go higher. And where can we go to? Well, I think this high up here makes sense, 54.50-ish. Always take profit a little bit before the round figure. And as you can see, there's also a point of control right up there as well, so there'll be a lot of volume. So I think somewhere in this area is probably right about where crude oil goes. Obviously, we need to clear this little hump here from the Friday session, but I think that does maybe trigger some short covering. Um, maybe people trying to short cover ahead of the U.S.-China trade talks, something to that effect. I don't know that this has legs for any length of time, but it certainly does set up for a nice 1 or 2 day potential trade.